Hi, my name is Chloe Blunk, and this is for week 6 lab for environmental influences for the lab testing. I started this lab on Thursday, August 9th. I am now recording the video on Sunday, the 12th, but I reviewed and took pictures from the 11th. So I'm going to go over the first part of the testing, which was the salt tolerance testing. So we had 3 different categories: 1%, 7%, and 15%, to check how our microbes would do under different salt concentrations. We are basically testing to see which microbes are, forgive me if I pronounce this wrong, are halotolerant or halophils. So the halotolerant would be positive because they are able to survive at high salt concentrations because they don't need those conditions to survive. Whereas halophils, they need the high salt concentration or they don't grow at all. So our negative results will be the halophils and our positive will be halotolerant, although microbes prefer to be in an equal balance, just how life is. Everything needs to be equal. So I have my first 1% right here for my epidermidis and my cerevase, and I would say these are cloudy. So I would say these are halotolerant. And we have our 7%. Our cerevase is a little cloudier than my epidermidis. It's in my left hand. So I would say the 7% cerevase is halotolerant and the 7% epidermidis is a halophil. And then lastly, both of these are clear for the 15% S. epidermidis and the cerevase. So I would say these are negative, that these are halophils. They did not grow because they need the high concentration environment. Now next we are going to go over the second part of our lab, which was basically testing salt tolerance and the pH scale. So with the pH scale, we have 3 different categories. We have, I hope I pronounce this right again, with the neutrophils. Those are around a pH of 7.0, which can go to 5.6 and to around 7.9 on the pH scale. That's their range that they can grow and survive in. The alkalophils will, alkalophils are from 8.0 to 11.5, and the acetophils grow from 0 to 5.5. So quickly, let me just move this out of the way. Let's start off with our pH 5. Now, if they were clear broths, they were negative. They did not survive. I would say my S. epidermidis and my cerevase were positive, that there are some growth interbidding there. You can actually see little specks growing. So these are positive, so these would be considered acetophils because they grew. With my pH 7, definitely wasn't as much as the 5, with the pH 5 scale with our acetophils. So these are the neutrophils. I see a little bit of growth for the cerevase. I see a little bit, but not as much as the epidermidis. I would say the epidermidis was negative, while this is positive for the cerevase, for the neutrophils. And the last one, the pH 9, compared to the before picture and the pH 5, I would go with these were negative. It's kind of hard to tell with the glare of the computer screen, but when I look up to my curtain, my S. epidermidis is definitely negative. My S. cerevase has a little bit of cloudiness, but I'm going to go with that's a negative compared to the before picture. But that is it. That is conducting for our lab for week 6, with our lab of showing how our microbes can survive with temperature, oxygen, even though we didn't use oxygen very much in our tubes, and our pH, and how they grow in different environments. Thanks.